I'm Dawn Payne, founder and creator of DawnMariePayne.com, where I help you create your dream life and business. And this is a very special episode of Empowerment TV. Today I have a special guest, Shari Czar, and she is a meditation and yoga instructor. She's the founder of Infinite Heart Space and has an expertise in helping people reduce stress and really just live a life that they absolutely love. So I'd like to welcome Shari. Thank you so much, Shari, for being here and for doing this interview with me.
Well, thanks, Dawn, for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I have really enjoyed getting to know you over the last little while, and I've learned so much from you around stress reduction and just being a busy professional, a busy businesswoman. There's so many times I need to just stop and take a moment, take a deep breath, and just calm down because I'm always on the go. And I think that's one of the things that you have really taught me and helped me kind of hone and learn a little bit more about. So thank you so much for that personal help that you have given me. And that's part of why I wanted to interview you today.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's great that we can find just a little bit of time in our day to relax ourselves because we are just constantly running around. So it's fantastic that you found ways to integrate it into your day.
Yeah, I love it. So what I would love to do is I'd like to know a little bit more about what meditation does. That's one of the things you've taught me. What are the benefits of meditation? How does it help us in our day-to-day lives?
Well, there's so many benefits, and the studies have actually shown that when we meditate, it changes our body and our brain. And with changing that brain, we can then relax a little bit more. We have benefits such as reducing our blood pressure, slowing down our heart rate, reducing the stress hormone in our body, which is the cortisol. And I know we all have a lot of stress, and the part of what we really want to do is just let that relax a little bit because we know that we're going to go back to our daily lives. But take that time just to relax. And it also helps us sleep better and in our relationships with other people.
That's awesome. And I would say all of those benefits I have noticed. Things just feel calmer and I feel more grounded after I do a meditation. So it's fantastic. Now, when I first started hearing about meditation and kind of getting into this, I kind of thought there was, meditation was just for those people who are kind of hippie tree huggers, yogis. Can you just talk a little bit about the myths around who does meditation, who it benefits, and things like that?
Absolutely. So you're absolutely right. Most people think of that yogi sitting there with a crossed leg, sitting in silence, wearing the robes, looking so pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you have the person, as you said, the tree hugger.
Yeah.
And what's been great about meditation over the last 10, 20 years is it's become a lot more mainstream. Everybody can meditate. Everybody can take advantage of it. So it's not just for that image that people have had in the past. In fact, if you look at some of the busiest people in the world, CEOs, even people like Ariana Huffington or Brendon Burchard, Tony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, they all talk about how meditating every day changes their lives. And if you think you don't have the time, imagine what their day schedule is like, right? So we all have a little bit of time that we can build into our day. And I'll talk a little bit about how we can find that time. But as far as who can meditate, as I said, it's anybody. And you can do it any place that you like. So it doesn't have to be in front of an altar. It doesn't have to be in what people picture as a formal place for meditation. You can be sitting in your car and meditating. In fact, one of my favorite things to tell students is look forward to red lights. That's your opportunity to meditate.
We all drive.
I slow down for those yellow lights. I want to say, there's going to be at least 30 seconds at that red light for me to take a nice deep breath in and relax. There's lots of different ways you can build it into your day. So maybe it's getting up in the morning just a couple of minutes earlier. Maybe it's finding a time of transition, maybe when you're coming home from work and you want to just settle down from work before you start your home life. As I said, maybe it's in your car when you're driving your kids to school. Can you imagine being relaxed? doing something like that. So it can be very easy to build it into your life.
Oh, that's awesome.
As far as finding the time, as I said, you can do it when you're in the car, you can do it maybe before you go into a meeting, and it can be as simple as just focusing on your breath just for a couple of seconds. So I love this 16-second breath. This is a great meditation for beginners.
Yeah.
What you have to do is count for 4 seconds as you inhale. Then hold that breath for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4. And hold the breath out of your body for a count of 4. And within 16 seconds, that was meditation.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's great because 16 seconds, who doesn't have 16 seconds?
Exactly.
And then if you can build a couple of times like that, you're building your meditation practice. Now, one of the other things people think is, I'm never going to be able to slow down my mind. I can't meditate. Those people sit in silence. How do they do that?
I've been there. I'm still there.
The Dalai Lama still has thoughts when he meditates, I bet. So really meditation is tuning in with yourself. It's not silencing the mind necessarily. There's lots of different ways to meditate. So again, focusing on the breath is a great meditation.
Yeah.
For some people, focusing on a word or a phrase, that helps them to focus. So maybe it's naming the breath of I breathe in, I breathe out.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a meditation of a mantra. A mantra is just words or a phrase that helps you focus. There's also walking meditations where you just concentrate about your foot as it touches the ground. Think about as you consciously take each step, what does that feel like? That's meditation in itself. One of my favorite times to meditate is when I'm walking my dog. So my dog loves to sniff. And I used to get so frustrated because our walks would be standing still for so long. And I was like, aha, my time to meditate. So now I let him sniff as long as he wants, and I might have my eyes open or closed, but I'm just breathing in and breathing out, enjoying my time of meditation. So, and there's some other ways. I mean, you can go to a yoga class and they might have meditations in their class, or you can do a guided meditation where someone leads you through a journey that you go through, and you just follow along, and it becomes a journey in your own mind. So
that's fantastic. Yeah. That's one of the things I love about it, and that I didn't understand when I first started. When I did my first meditation class, I went to a yoga studio, and it was an amazing class, but it was an hour long, and it was every Sunday, and it was, the timing wasn't great for me, and a whole hour kind of seemed like a lot when I started. I thought, how am I going to do this for an hour? I don't even know how to do a minute. And so the more I learned about it, and the more I integrated it into my day-to-day life. Like, I love that you do that when you're walking your dog. I've never thought of that before. I just learned something new, and something I'm going to start doing now because I have a dog as well. And I walk him every day. And there's a new opportunity for me to stop and take a few breaths, like you said, and start just building on that and integrating it even more into my day-to-day life, which I'm sure will be helpful in my productivity and just calming my mind so I can think clearly and then be able to be even more creative and get more done. So I'm not sure if you've had any other students who have said the same thing, but I know I've started to notice that in my day-to-day life when I do a short meditation, that will really help for the rest of my day as I plan my day.
Yeah, absolutely. I have students tell me how just spending 2 minutes in the morning just focusing on their meditation, and again, it doesn't have to be more than that. You can build your practice to whatever time you have. Tell me that it settles them down, that they're able to interact with people a little bit more consciously.
Yeah.
So instead of taking that first trigger of wanting to be angry about something that somebody might say, or anxious about going into a meeting or a difficult situation, they're able to center themselves a little bit more because they spent those few minutes in the morning getting centered.
Yes. I like what you just said about before a meeting as well. Sometimes we're running around and we're trying to get somewhere and we're rushing to get there, and we get to a meeting or whatever we're going to, and we're kind of frazzled by the time we get there. But really, if we drive over there, we can stop and take that 16 seconds before we go in and kind of reset ourselves to be more centered and more balanced and kind of more grounded. and then go into the meeting or go into pick up your kids from school or whatever it is, and be able to even enjoy that even more.
Well, and a great way to share that with other people too, especially we're talking kids, it's great to start them on meditation when they're young. So if you're picking up those kids and they get in the car, first thing, say, okay, everybody, let's take a nice deep breath in.
Yeah.
Let go.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, that's a transition through meditation, right? That was just a small couple of seconds to take that meditation moment. And then things change as you start to talk with the kids. You know, I like to find things that happen to me regularly in my day to remind myself just to take that breath in that meditation moment. So you mentioned answering the phone. If I'm sitting in my office and that phone rings, before I answer it, I take that nice deep breath and let it go.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 2 breaths if it's somebody to know I'm a little bit anxious about it.
Yeah. You can choose your number of breaths depending on the call.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so if the phone rings or if an email comes in, just find something. And what you'll find is that you're starting to enjoy it so much, you're going to look for things during your day that you can apply it to. Whether it's walking the dog, washing dishes might become fun for you.
Yes. Oh, wouldn't that be great? Doing laundry. That'd be another one.
You know, I like that. I'm going to try that one.
All right, there we go. A new one. That's fantastic. Well, I know you did a couple meditations for us that we're going to post on this site, and I did them yesterday. They were amazing. Can you describe a little bit more about what those 2 meditations are and just your thoughts behind why you did them the way you did?
Sure. So the first one is a body scan. It only takes 2.5 seconds to do. I think the total run is 2 minutes and 36 seconds.
Yes.
And I do this at the beginning of every of my yoga classes because it helps people really tune in with their own bodies. So all you're going to do is sit there quietly with your eyes closed, and I'm going to guide you through moving through different areas of your body. And as you're doing that, just notice how it feels. Maybe you feel tightness in an area today. Maybe it feels totally relaxed. But it's taking those few minutes just to really tune in with yourself. Mm-hmm. So I like to do this one different times during the day. Again, just tuning in with my body. Where do I need to spend special attention to myself?
Yeah.
Second one is a short guided meditation. So I take you on a journey through a path in a forest, and we end up at this beautiful crystal lake. Mm-hmm. And this is the guided meditation that we talked about a little bit earlier, where you just follow that journey in your mind. It's different for you than the person next to you that's listening to it. And it's different for you every time you do it.
Yeah.
So it's just to take, I think that one's a little under 5 minutes, just to sit still and take yourself away to this wonderful spot.
Yeah. They were amazing. I had a very busy day yesterday, and I stopped to take a listen to them. And by the time I was done, that 7 minutes, and of course I started with the 2 minute thinking, I'm going to do 2 minutes, and I loved it so much. I did the second one because it just felt so good. And I was able to just kind of calm my mind, calm my body. And, you know, like I said earlier, I was actually more productive after that. And it felt great. It didn't take long. I mean, 2 to 5 minutes, almost anyone can take that time, and the busier you are, the more important it is to take that few minutes to just reset. So thank you so much for making those. Yeah. So I want to set out a challenge to the group here, and Shari and I would love to have you do both of those meditations, or at least one of them. And once you've done the meditation, I want you to make a comment below here. We're going to have them set up. The links to Shari's website will also be there, so that if you want longer meditations or more information, Shari has a wealth of knowledge, and her website is amazing. It's a great resource, so please use it. But these 2 meditations are going to be right below the video. And once you've done them, leave us a comment. Let us know how it goes. How did you feel after the meditation? That's the key thing that we would love to know. So that's our challenge out to everybody today. Anything else you want to challenge them on or encourage them to do?
Just remember, it only takes a couple of seconds each day, and it can make such a difference in your life. So enjoy them and let us know what you think.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shari. I really appreciate your wealth of knowledge and for doing this interview today. Thank you so much.
And thank you for sharing this time with me, Dawn. It's been fun.
It's my pleasure. And if you like this video, please like it and share it with all the people you know. We want to help as many people as we can find that heart space, as Shari calls it, and just enjoy life and reduce the stress in their day-to-day life. So please come on over to dawnmariepayne.com, and you can also sign up for email updates where I share more resources and free training, and that's also where all the action happens. And remember, keep believing in yourself and keep believing in your dreams, because you really do have everything it takes to make it all happen. I'll see you next time on Empowerment TV.